Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Amber Howell.
And this is Tell All Tuesday. And I know you saw a movie this week. I'm so
saw a
proud of
movie.
you.
Thank you
Amber
very
saw a
much.
movie.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk about that. But I wanted to mention something. You know, we've talked about Horizon.
Yes.
You know, the Kevin Costner Western.
Uh-huh.
And it came out about a couple of weeks ago or more. And it was 3 hours long.
Right.
And then in August...
The
Chapter
next one.
2.
Yeah.
This was billed as Chapter 1. Chapter 2 has come out. I mean, it's scheduled to come out. They yanked it.
What?
They have postponed.
Why?
Because not as many people as they hoped went to see Chapter 1. And they're trying to give it more exposure so that more people will be excited about Chapter 2.
Oh.
But I heard,
Oh boy,
is that Chapter 2 is going straight to Max.
IMAX?
No, Max, the streaming
Oh,
service.
HBO.
HBO Max.
Oh my gosh, that was so silly of me to say. I'm like not in the know.
You know all the stuff.
I know all the lingo, and that just went right over my head.
It's going to Max. IMAX.
I really thought. Everybody forget I just said that, okay?
But anyway, that's kind of bad that you announce two movie versions, 2 movie chapters, and then if one doesn't get there,
then you
and
don't.
then what does that do to chapters 3 and 4 that
Yeah.
haven't been filmed yet?
Right. Can I just make like a comment
Make
on
a
that?
comment.
So like I feel as though like ever since COVID, people have kind of like made their own rules. So like sometimes the drive-through at specific restaurants will just close whenever they feel like it. Stranger Things has taken 3 years to film, whereas like years ago before COVID, like you were on a schedule, you had to release things by a certain date. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like people have just kind of made up their own rules ever since, like, COVID.
So now COVID changed all of it.
It changed the world, yeah.
It really did. And, you know, and that's like, you know, you keep saying the unemployment rate is so much, the unemployment rate is so much. And you can go anywhere in this little town of Perry, and there'll be a sign, you know, help wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where are they?
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, COVID put us in our homes. I remember that so well. You know, and it changed things, and it started allowing for working from home.
Right.
You know, a lot of people still do that.
Right.
That kind of took off. But then I hear there like federal employers who are saying, no, you've got to come back and work in the office. Mm-hmm. And they're like,
no, we don't want to. Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah. We've seen a rise recently in people who have worked from home for like 4 or so years that are being told that they have to come back into the office or they will get fired. And some people work in different states than their employer.
Yes.
So what are they supposed to do? Get up and move?
You know, to me, there's a difference in being hired to work from home and being, you know, working in an office and then being told stay home during the next such and such. And then they say, well, I don't want to come back.
Yeah.
You know, if you knew it from the start that this was your right to work from home, because wasn't that part of when you were looking for jobs, they would say whether it was a virtual or a real.
Right. Yeah. Hybrid or completely work from home or be in office. Usually job postings specify. So.
But I know a friend of mine works from home, and then she every so often has to go to Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just part of the job. It's a certain amount of days she has to go up there and be there.
In person.
And,
Yeah. I have a friend that does that.
I'm not a big advocate of working from home because I've never done it. But I think you miss out on so much.
Like not being in an office?
Yes.
That's fair. Like, I feel like there's definitely pros and cons to both formats of work.
But I feel like, you know, my work crew that was so much joy to me, the people I worked with.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's such a lonely thing in some ways to work from home.
Yeah. Some people, I know some people that work from home full time, some people that work from home hybrid, so like 3 days at home, 2 days in the office, vice versa. And then obviously people like me who work, 5 days a week, 8 to 5 in the office. And I feel like some people think the sweet spot is the hybrid work schedule. 3 days in the office, 2 days at home, or 2 days in the office, 3 days at home, that kind of thing. I think that's what a lot of the workforce would prefer, is that hybrid kind of schedule. So
I just think there's so many things to me that isolate us.
Mm-hmm.
And not being in a work environment where there are other people around or you're dealing with the public or whatever is one of those things that isolate us.
Yeah.
You can do so much over that phone.
Over the phone, over the computer, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about
A Quiet Place, switching gears.
day one.
Quiet Place, day one.
And so if you haven't seen it yet, this may have spoilers in it, so we're warning you up front.
Come back later, turn this off.
Just, sorry about that, but we want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because Amber and I have both seen it.
Yes. So let me just say,
we want your opinion.
I thought it was very average.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I didn't like...
I thought it was just average.
I did. I didn't think it was, super phenomenal. I didn't go home and, think about it a lot. The only thing that I thought about a lot was how the cat did not make a single meow.
You're a cat person.
And I am a cat. My cats are so vocal.
The cat, she has this cat that she keeps with her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole basic plot of the movie is don't make a sound.
Don't make a single sound or you'll
because
die.
The alien creatures may not be able to see or smell, but they can hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
They have a cat.
Yep.
That never said meow.
Never meows, not one time.
I thought, did it have its larynx removed?
Yeah. What's the deal with this cat?
But the other thing is, Miss Cat's person, wouldn't you think if they went in water, that cat would go wild?
Would drown?
And drown? Cats don't know how to hold their breath.
Yeah, I had a problem with that too. And it had to hold its breath for a long time.
I know.
I don't know how
and
that
then
cat
and
lives.
then you come up, they come up on top of the water, and the cat's like,
just fine. It's just chilling.
Yeah,
just chilling. No anxiety.
And plus, the cat was a big thing to me in this movie. They are downtown New York, and the cat goes one way and they go the other way.
And if that was realistic,
and the next thing you know, here comes the cat.
Here comes the cat. If that was for real, you would never see that cat.
Never see that cat again.
No, gone forever. Yeah, I had a lot of bones to pick with this movie about the realisticness of it, which I guess you can't really do that when it's a movie about aliens like this.
Tell me this. What was her name?
Sam?
Yes.
Was it Sam?
How did you find that? Where did you hear that? I didn't know she had a name. And I was reading somebody and they said a woman named Sam. And I thought, her name was Sam?
I feel like the guy, Eric, said her name towards the end of the movie.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. But also, I did not realize that the guy in the beginning of the movie was Alex Wolff.
Yes.
He did not look like Alex Wolff at all.
I thought about that when I saw him because I thought, Amber will want to see this. She's a big Alex Wolff Brothers fan.
Did not even realize that was him. That was crazy. That took me...
And then the guy from Stranger Things.
Yes, Eddie. Good old Eddie. He was the main guy character.
But he did not look like he does on Stranger Things.
No, he doesn't. No, he didn't.
I told you, he reminded me of Chandler Bing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He really did.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Lupita Nyong'o was very good in the role.
She's a fantastic actress.
But at the very start of the movie, is that just a self-help hospice group?
Yes. Like a support group.
Support group.
Yeah.
So she's in a support group, hospice. So you know there's something wrong with her, that she has an illness and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they do stuff like this, but it's like, oh, we're going to take everybody and go to a show.
A show, downtown New York.
Downtown New York. And they all get on a bus
Uh-huh.
and go down to a puppet show, whatever. But then things happen, and they go out and they get on the bus
Uh-huh.
and they ride off,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden, worse things happen,
Explosions.
and they end up back at
Back
the
in-
theater.
I think
I thought it looked to me like they were traveling pretty good speed down the road in the bus.
were they moving or were they just looking
They
outside?
were moving.
Were they?
In my opinion, they were moving.
I can't remember now.
And I thought, how'd you get out and go, why'd you go back to that theater?
Yeah. Yeah. There were a lot of unrealistic things in the movie.
And when they sit down at the play, I don't remember why, but there's a guy sitting in front of them, Jaman Hansu.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Quiet Place 2.
He was?
Yes.
I never saw that one. I only saw A Quiet Place 1, or the first one.
He was in Quiet Place 2, which takes place in a whole different area than New York City. And I thought, how did he get from
New York to wherever? Yeah. Interesting. I need to watch A Quiet Place 2 now.
Quiet Place 2. Quiet Place 2. Because they have a baby that they have to keep quiet in that one.
How do they do that? I'll watch it. Don't
Yes.
tell me.
But overall, you just said average.
Average. It was just unrealistic.
There is a movie coming out. As we tape this, it would have been last weekend, but called Longlegs.
I've heard it's very scary.
They say it's the scariest movie of the year.
Are you going to see it?
Yeah.
All right.
I think Tara will be sitting outside in the
I
lobby
think she
reading
will
her
too.
book.
Yeah.
But have you seen the advertisement for it?
No.
This actress named Micah Monroe or something like that. I've seen her in things, but I want that from you. But she's getting ready to do her first scene with Nicolas Cage. And they've got her something that's monitoring her heartbeat. And it's like 70 beats per minute. And then when she goes in and sees him, it goes up to 179 beats a minute.
Good grief. That's
Now,
deadly.
they don't show in the trailer what he looks like. They just show her going in and her heart going boom, 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 boom.
You'll have to give us a review because I don't know if I want to see that one.
You love scary movies.
I don't know. Not anymore. I just like the thriller movies. Whodunits, thrillers, you know. So.
Let me tell you a little bit of trivia too on that. Did you ever see the movie Psycho?
With the knife?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Not the remake, but the original had Janet Leigh as the victim, and Anthony Perkins was the killer. Anthony Perkins he's dead now, gone, but he has a son named Osgood Perkins, and Osgood Perkins is the director of Longlegs.
Longlegs.
So
Cool.
the psycho horror
Yeah.
comes through.
That's kind of like what was, oh my gosh, with Dakota Fanning? That movie.
Oh, Watchers.
The Watchers. And, Shyamalan?
Yes, his daughter directed.
His daughter directed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Nepotism.
But I saw that directed by Osgood Perkins. And I thought, that's Anthony Perkins' son.
Yeah.
I looked it up and his father's name was Anthony Perkins.
Yeah.
And if you've never seen Psycho,
I'll watch it. It's a classic. I know it is.
it is a classic.
I'll watch it eventually.
It is.
It's a must-see.
It's a must-see.
Yeah.
And I have to say, while we're here, this week, for the last 2 weeks, it debuted at number 3, All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker.
Way to go, Chris.
Number 3 on the New York Times fiction
That's
bestseller.
huge.
That's huge.
That's huge.
And this week it dropped to number 9, but it's still on the list. I am so proud of him.
I know. Did you write him and tell him?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Good. Way to go, Chris.
Yeah. He said, we wrote me back and he said, I am on world tour. And he said, I don't even know what day it is.
I bet he is very exhausted. Yeah.
And,
But
to me, this shows humility and cleverness too. But somebody wrote in about his book and said, there were parts that put me to sleep. And so he writes, Chris puts post on Twitter, and he says, any insomniacs in London, rest assured you can sleep after such and such day. That's the date my book is released.
Oh gosh. Well, if it debuted at number 3, I think it's pretty good. So.
But I just thought, that was clever. That guy said, parts of it put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a great book.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
It's Jackie approved. Come on.
It is Jackie approved.
Yeah.
And, I just finished this week, just went up my review of Shelterwood by Lisa Wingate. Mm-hmm. And I dubbed her the Queen of Compassion.
Yep. That's it.
So, Lisa, that is your name from
High
now
title,
on.
yeah.
The Queen of Compassion. Because she just feels so for the characters in her book. So,
yeah.
I had a good time with that one.
Yeah.
And right now I'm in the middle of Daniel Silva. And
you love Daniel Silva.
His new book is out, so I'm having a great time with it. Just a lot going on.
A lot going on.
So are you going to go see Fly Me to the Moon next week?
I didn't have plans, but should I?
Well, it's a romantic comedy, and you're supposed to see one week.
That's true.
And you said you're not going to go see Longlegs.
Yeah, I'm not going to see Longlegs. I guess I have to see it then. Okay.
That'd be good with you and Cody.
Yeah. Good little date night.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You've convinced me.
Mark that down.
Got it on the calendar.
All right. We'll see. Next week we'll see if she
We'll
comes
see if
back.
I did it.
And you'll be like, I'll say, I don't have to worry about Tell-All Tuesday. Amber and I can talk about Fly Me to the Moon.
And then I'll come in and say, I didn't see it. Sorry. But then we'll just wing it.
How are you doing on the beach trip?
Ask me next week.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't talk about beach trips.
Trying so hard to go to the beach. We'll try. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay. Sure. Maybe we'll. All right. This has been Jackie K. Cooper with
Amber Howell.
And this has been Tell-All Tuesday.